Dillon, first day back, how'd you feel?
It felt great, just being back on the field, playing with everybody, just getting back in the swing of things. Practice felt great, the weather was awesome, so it was just a good feeling being back with all my teammates out on the field.
Where'd you get work at the linebacker position?
I was getting work at Mike.
How new is that to you, and how much experience do you have at the middle linebacker position?
Well, playing Will all last year, I kind of got a little taste of both, just being in the meetings with everybody. So I knew all the terminology, knew everything. It's just a different place on the field. It's a whole different world than the Will. So just getting with everybody, working with all the older guys, just getting the terminology down, getting all the different techniques down. So it's all coming naturally, and the more work at it I can do, so the better I'll be.
When did you find out that's probably where you'd be getting a lot of work at?
Just kind of throughout off season, just contemplating where everybody was, how the depth was, and just they told me just start looking at the playbook, looking at where I'll be, and just starting learning both worlds. So I started learning Mike and learning Will as well, and then just started emphasis on Mike.
Dillon, Coach Jones has talked about you playing at a bigger weight. What does that feel like moving around out there, and how different do you think it'll be once you put the pads on too?
Right, just trying to put on weight with the strength program, Coach Lawson. They've all done a great job. We've been working in the weight room all off season, and that weight's going to come naturally. I'm not going to force myself to put on that kind of weight, but I've steadily been getting bigger and bigger, and it's been coming on naturally. So it's been feeling great. I've kept my speed, kept my agility, and moving around feels great.
What do you weigh right now?
About 230, 235. So, I want to be around the 240 range coming the spring game. So, it's just all about getting in the weight room, getting the right recovery, eating well, eating right. And, we have a great staff. We have everybody that can do that for us. So, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to let it come on naturally. So, I'm ready to be that big.
Even though you're not in pads, what do you think the biggest adjustments would be from moving from outside to the inside?
Just the mental part of it. Mike is kind of the quarterback of the defense. You got to be a more vocal leader. You have to set the front. You have to know everything. You have to know everybody, what they're doing, all their places. And so it's more of a mental part. And it's almost the same physicality. It's both my linebacker in the SEC. So you got to be physical anywhere you're going to be. So I'll say the mental part of the game.
Having sat back and watched most of last year, what Coach is always talking about mental reps. What did you learn from just being a spectator more so than being on the field? Right.
It's all about mental reps. Whenever you're not in, even right now, whenever all the twos or anybody's getting reps right now, you have to sit back. You got to get the call. All right, where am I going to line up? What's the formation? What's the personnel? All that kind of goes through your head and what you're going to line up, what you're going to do. So it's all about seeing your position and seeing what you're going to do in that play.
Coach has always described you as a high football IQ guy. How do you feel like that prepares you to be able to be that guy on defense that makes sure everybody's lined up correctly?
Right, like I said, the Mike is going to be the quarterback of the defense, so you have to know what all the pieces do. You have to know where everybody's going to be. So it's a big part to know, have that high IQ to be not just on the field, but be a student of the game and be in the classroom, be studying the game. Turn off the TV and get in the playbook at night before you go to bed, just so it's on your mind throughout. And waking up in the morning, checking over some things that you had questions about, and it's all about just learning the game and getting with people to watch film and getting with your coaches to learn it better.
Can you pinpoint a time in the off season where you kind of got that itch? To be back out there, just whether it was laying in bed reading the playbook or whatever, just to kind of be back out there on the field again.
Right, once my shoulder really started feeling a lot better, after surgery, I got out of the sling, started seeing everybody, started working it out more. You kind of get that itch. You've been off the field for so long. You see everybody else out there putting on the pads, putting on everything, tying up the cleats, and you're just like, dang, I really wish I was out there right now. And I knew it would come, and it's my time right now, so I just have to do what I can do to make myself better.
You got the feet wet a little bit last year, got to play a little bit, then got injured. You get the redshirt year, so you kind of know a little bit what to expect from a speed standpoint. Where else can you get better? From a physical standpoint, not mental.
Right, exactly, and knowing the physicality from the first 4 games that I played last year, it was really big for me, because so I knew what to expect. So instead of missing the whole entire season, I knew how physical everybody was, what kind of this game speed was. So knowing that right now, I can go out there and know what kind of physicality each game will bring, and know what kind of physicality that I need to bring as well.
Have you ever played middle at any level?
In high school I kind of played everywhere. So, it all depended in high school just, who we were playing and what kind of plan we were putting in. I was played safety, DN, Mike, everywhere on the field. So, I got a little taste of everything growing up. So, it's not something completely different to me. It all feels kind of natural.
Dillon was talking about getting you up to 240. What do you think about that?
I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I'm just going to let it come on naturally. I've been steadily getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's all about eating right. Miss Allison, the nutritionist, does a great job, and I'm so thankful for her and this strength coach Lawson. They all do a great job. It's going to come on naturally and just get in the weight room, eating right, getting sleep. We all know, Coach Jones always talks about, what we need to do to get bigger and keep our body healthy. So,
had you ever had a setback like that last year? I mean, have you ever missed substantial time?
Last year was the first, big chunk of games that I've ever missed in my whole entire playing career. So, it was weird at first, but, I always kind of thought of it as a positive thing. Talking to my dad, he always had something kind of injury where he might have been out for a few games, and you always kind of try to look at it as a positive thing. It's not really a setback. It's more of a blessing in disguise to know that, it's just something that you need to overcome, and it's just an obstacle that you need to overcome.
Two more guys.
Is your shoulder 100% now? I mean, yeah.
It feels 100%. It's just all about getting it stronger. I'm gonna see how it feels out on the field. We're just gonna kind of progress into it and not go 100% like full speed. Just be smart about it, because it's spring ball and I'm working for a spot right now, and just want to be smart about it.
Are you ready to
Last
get that
one.
first hit out of the way? I know it's
Definitely.
been a while. That's going to be, I guess, your final test of whether your shoulder's back to normal, right?
I think that's really what I've been itching about. It's kind of more of like a thing that I just want to get back out there, see how it feels, get that hit in, and once I do it and it feels good, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm ready to go.